Alright, this totally isn't my second attempt trying to get this stream to work. So, hello again, people. Welcome to PSGL. I can see it's actually working this time, so vamos. Welcome to Season 24's F1 Italian Grand Prix, round 9 of the season. We're on board with Blizzard as he completes his first lap. And we will be seeing the fastest times of the season here today. And unfortunately we have a wet race though, so they may not be as fast as we expect. It'll be inters, we think, the whole race. So, yeah, that's track limits in the final corner already for Blizzard. I don't know if he'll keep that lap time or not, but if he does, it'll be in the 18s, and he does keep it. So 18.6, that's the benchmark everyone's to beat. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Now we have yellow flags in the third sector. I don't know who that's for, but that's just for Toby there, just getting himself ready to go. We'll watch him, sure. Let's actually get a lap on board with somebody. But yeah, as far as I'm aware, it's a wet race, so that means we'll all be qualifying on the softs. So yeah, that's always nice. Let me know when the stream's working okay, because like I say, it did go the second time there, but not the first time, so I don't know if that's because internet's not working very well or anything. Callum Anderson in the chat there, saying hello. Nice to see you. But Toby, I think he says he's actually on a dry setup, so he could have a pretty good chance of a good qualifying today if others are on wetter setups, because I'm sure they're prepared for it. But that's a pretty snaky rear end there out of the second chicane. He really gave it his all through there. It looked like he had ballast there or something. I'm getting flashbacks. You know, I put F1 2017 on yesterday, and like quite high I was ILR free pace at that time. We must have all been super slow, because I mean I went straight onto my first TT and went a second quicker. Like, what was I doing on that game? Damn, I could have been like esports level, man. But that's funny. So everything reminds me of ballast now. Anyway, that was a bit of a mean chop. That was, wasn't it? Was that Amir who just got chopped to hell there? Streets working fine, good stuff. But yeah, nah, kind of funny. Everything reminds me of ballast now. But yeah, man, F1 2017. What a banger of a game. Honestly, I miss it so much. But nah, F1 2019. We're stuck with this crap, unfortunately. So we'll have to make do. Louis, well, he had a bit of a disaster on Wednesday night, actually. He's really not on his best form. I'm pretty sure the ILRT team actually dropped him for the second set of races in the PSGL Livid Cup. So, rip to him there. By the way, if you haven't seen that, after this stream, do go and watch that back, because it was two fantastic races we got on Wednesday, and they are the first two of a 4-race series. The last two will be this Wednesday. I'll be commentating that. And yeah, that's something to look out for. I'll probably promote that quite a lot during the stream now, because you haven't got too many people in. I think F2 is still on at the moment, so Ash Best there off in Narnia. I'm surprised that these guys are really getting away with it, if I'm honest with you. But yeah, let me actually just share that stream link. I see, well, they've just done it for me. There you go. I'll just retweet their thing then, it's easier. There we go. Lovely jubbly. So yeah, Toby says he's using a dry setup at least. I don't know who else would be using dry setups. I guess, you see, this is the thing. I never ever had wet setups for these. I'd always have... what would I always have? I'd always just put wings on when it would rain. I wonder why I don't like the rain on this game. As a commentator, the rain is hell, but we've got 20 drivers here. In fact, I'm pretty sure we've even got Paris in the lobby just watching on, because there's 21 drivers who want to race and there's only 20 cars, you know? It's a nice problem to have, isn't it? As Casper just about saves it there. Ferrari looking for a good performance today, and luckily that they haven't stuck it in the wall. And thou shall not be named has already been named, and I haven't even told you not to name him yet, so don't. Again. Anyway, Casper up to the line. Is it going to be up there with the top times? It is indeed. Ahead of Onyx into second place. Here's Jacotex, looking for anyone else. We've got Zenki, he's just gone off there in the final sector out of Ascari. Lucky he's not hit anything too hard, if he has anything. Liam's on a lap. I think he's furthest through the people who haven't killed themselves yet, although I'm not sure if Lee is pushing. He is pushing to the pit lane, because that would be more than illegal by the looks at that time. Slowish car ahead. maybe a slight hint of a slipstream for her, whoever that is. We're watching Jake's text, I think it's backed off. Who is that ahead? Can't tell from out here. Could be Amir, possibly. Looks like a Mercedes. Let's see, is it? It is. Okay, well, that gives us a car to go watch after Liam goes second place. Let's see how Amir gets on down towards turn 1. I don't know which one really is more difficult in these braking zones, if it's turn 1 or if it's what's the chicane? Was it turn 4 and 5? I don't know if that one's more difficult, because you can ride the curbs a lot. You saw how Amir ran turn 1, but this one is so difficult because you practically, there's so many different variations of the line. That one looks sort of pedestrian, but that's the way to do it, honestly. That was a good way of going about it, as Blizzard extends his advantage out front. Of course, strategy could be different thanks to setups and the rain, but we'll see. But Amir looks to be on a decent lap there. Certainly with the commitment he's got through here so far, I'm expecting this to be right up there with the top times. 51.9 in the middle sector, not too sure what that is compared to the rest of the field, but he keeps it nice and clean for Ascari. A little bit wide on the exit, we'll see if he gets to keep that time. But we've seen already the two Williams taking the Parabolica extremely wide. Let's see if Amir does the same thing. He doesn't go off the track, but he will pit anyway. The normal problem you get with this track is that no one can ever keep it within the track limits, and so you can never actually watch a lap. And we've got a few people coming in now. We've got 17 people, one of which is McMahon. Hello, Alfie McMahon. I'm still reeling over your SLR disappointment yesterday. Failure. But we've got yellows in all 3 sectors. That's one for Toby, and that will be all of them now because they're all gone. But look at this. Lee has got to get a move on here. Oh, the dirty air there nearly caused Jonathan to have an accident, but now he gets to tow. Anything he lost, he's probably gained straight back again. And there is Nick as well, his teammate, just in case he needed any more tow, which he didn't. But into the last corner, Jonathan yet to put a time on the board. Let's see where he can go here. Looks like he'll be in the 18s. Just about is. It's P5. Right, his teammate was just about to start a lap. He's going to get a nice tow here on Lee, who's also getting a nice tow. Let's see if we can quickly ride on board with him. You can see where all these cars are. This is the thing about this track. Slipstream is incredibly important. And who was all them coming out of the pits? Because I imagine there's a few that probably caused some issues there, because look at all this going on. These guys ahead of the Alpha are both on laps, but Nick really getting a nice run here. But where does he go? He's up by 4.5 tenths in the first sector nearly. I mean, this is a fantastic lap. Lee, oh, he's going to ruin this lap for Nick, isn't he? You can see the understeer already. I mean, he'll gain some time back in the DRS, but you can see he can't hit any of the apexes anymore. He is struggling loads. Lee is really not having a good lap here. Lou's just gone into P2. Nick, I imagine, has probably lost some time in the middle sector. He has indeed, from what his first sector was, but he isn't struggling too much for Ascari. Now he'll get some benefits. Look at the run he'll get now. But will he? What will he do? He can't make an overtake. Will he have to compromise his braking, or will these two come together possibly? Again, being washed out a bit wide, but you'll get the run now on the exit. You can go a bit wide there, but look at that. Just so little grip. Lee was just too close to Nick there, and the time wasn't nearly as good as it could have been, as Lee himself went P12. Onyx is on a lap. Yellow is possibly just ahead. Trying to see who that could be. We've got the McLaren's doing some tow here, hitting 211 on that straight. Good stuff. Good work there from the McLaren boys. Let's see if this will propel Onyx up into P1. Margins are tight here, so slipstreams like that really help you, but he's only gone to P6, so it's not been the best return on that as Sparks pits. Liam has just started lap, I think, as we hit the big 20. Hello to all 20 of you. Hope you're all having a lovely Monday. Monday the 13th of January already. Nearly halfway through the month. Mad, isn't it? We're well into the new decade now. Blizzard as well is on a lap. Do you know what? No offense to Liam, but I want to see how Blizzard does, because we caught early bits of Blizzard at the start, but we haven't actually caught his quickest lap We'll see if he gets an actual quickest lap. Now again, he's half a step ahead of his teammate. As usual, the two Williams are the pace setters. Through sector 1, Blizzard already up. Let's see his connecting through the chicane. Smooth as you like, but on the exit he gets on the gravel. So it was good until the exit. And that washes him wide here because he's got some gravel on the tyres. That will not help him out too much. He'll probably have lost a lap there, but we'll wait and see. Maybe he made mistakes later on as Casper goes 3/1000s at the second off pole there. Blizzard's still up but lost a little tad in the middle sector. Does he get away with that cut? I mean, on TC you get away with none of this. I'm surprised how lenient Strict is on an actual lobby. But let's see. Blizzard through the final corner, through the famous Parabolica. We know he loves to wash out wide here. And he's doing it once again. It gives him the best purchase of the corner, but for God's sake, he's bloody... Ugh. Come on, man. Let me see a lap from you. God, I hate it. We should just do one-shot qualifying. That's the way to do it. You messed your lap up, tough. Ugh. Ugh. It's just... it bugs me a lot. Watching people not get their laps done. I mean, I know that I'm exactly the same. Still, it's annoying, you know? Oh, man. Righty, let's see if we'll find somebody getting ready for a lap then. I'll just follow Will on his out lap. Wait for him. While we do that, I'm going to try and find championship standings because I need to sort of see actually what's going on. Would be useful, wouldn't it, to actually know where we are. I'm pretty sure that it's like over already, but you know, let's at least pretend that there's a good championship fight. So yeah, sadly there's a 30-point gap at the top of the championship. Louis ahead of Blizzard by 30 points. It's 9 points back now to Casper, who as you can see is up in second place in the standings at the moment. He's really come on form this season. He's doing a fantastic job. But yeah, interestingly, Louis got his first 17-pointer last week. That's the first time we've seen anyone do that in the F1 League. So it only took us 8 rounds, but that's where he's at the minute. That's the top 3 in the standings. But yeah, it would take a pretty massive capitulation to watch Louis lose this title now. He's only not come first on 3 occasions. One of those was in France where he scored 0 points. Monaco he crashed out of, obviously. And then Canada he came second place. All the rest have been first. He's had 5 wins out of 8. So he's really having a fantastic season. Yellows in Sector 3. We might come across that actually in a moment. So I think we'll just stay on board. And yeah, you want to call it, Louis is the Liverpool of PSGL F1. I was about to call them a very bad word there for a moment, but I'm not gonna. That's what my dad calls him it, so I'll blame him or whatever. Slips off my tongue. I can't say that on stream. I think I'll get banned. I think I'll get kicked out if I say that on stream. So let's just ignore that thought as Will goes up to P9. Look at all these cars, man. They're just all in such a trouble. You can see how Nick there is struggling. I know it says 1 minute and 30 on the top there, but I'm highly doubting that that's actually the time on there. But because of the way the game works, but yeah, there's so many cars trying to find space around here. Not quite as chaotic, of course, as the real life Italian Grand Prix, but I mean it's close. Now, is this Sparks? It is Sparks, is that? It should be Sparks, it is indeed Sparks. So, Slipstream McGee, look at all the slipstream here that Onyx is going to get. That will help him a little bit. Sparks probably couldn't help as much as he wanted there, but Onyx, this is probably going to be his last effort. He'll be then able to give Sparks the slipstream down the main straight or up towards Parabolica, whatever he decides really, but Onyx up towards the line, P4. And you can see now that Sparks should get this lovely toe. Look at that, he's hitting 215, getting close to the big 220 on the main straight as Onyx cuts the first turn. That means that he can now burst on ahead and give some slipstream later on. It means that Sparks doesn't get invalidated or anything, or sorry, compromised. So honestly, I know there's other lots going on here, but I'm very interested to see how this one goes, because it's a very good way to see how the teammate mechanic works out here. As Zenki retires and Will retires. I'm not seeing any penalties. I don't think they've come together. I think they've just had accidents, probably at Ascari or something. You can see there that Onyx is now showing himself once again, and he'll just sit there now. As Louis as well retires, so he'll be third at best on the grid. Not a comfortable position for him to be in. But now you can see Sparks has got some more slipstream here. He's a bit slidey into Ascari, but he keeps it going. And now he'll get even more tow. You can see where these guys are crashing as Rafa goes off. But now look at this. Sparks, a great run on the back of Onyx. And he's currently 4/10 off pull. But with all this, he can find himself right up there. Especially with all these guys around him having accidents. But let's see. Where does Sparks go on the board? He goes P5. So a good lap there. Casper's gonna get blocked! Oh, you can't believe it. Amir's... Oh. I can't believe I've just seen that. Amir's retired car has just killed Blizzard. And this is why it's a rule, people, to not retire during a qualifying session like that. Because that ruins Ferrari's hopes and dreams. As Blizzard improved his lap by 1/1000th of a second. That's all it was in the end that he improved it. Casper didn't need to find much time. But yeah. Well, I guess that's something for the LRS. Oh. Sorry, I don't exist anymore. Anyway. Yeah, something for the stewards at least to look at. I'm sure there'll be some inquiries from the Tifosi about that one. Qualifying 2nd and 19th on the grid for the Italian Grand Prix. Casper, he'll be looking a bit of revenge from that. Tom one can be feisty. Hopefully he's not too angry. Righty, so that's qualifying over then. So Blizzard on pole from Casper, Louis, Lakitu, Onyx, Sparks, Amir, Jonathan, Jacob, Tex, and Liam, your top 10. Doesn't really matter what tires they're on, so we'll just actually go through the rest of it. Rafa, Will, Nick, Midnight, Toby, Lee, Calzo, Lecco, Archbest, and who was that? Zenki was the last one, was he? I think the argument's already starting. I think the argument's already starting in the chat. Was it Zenki last? Yes, it was Zenki in last. Boo! No time. 1.2 seconds separating the whole field. 6/10, so separating the top 16. That's how crucial the tow was. Oh, look at that. Blizzard's got his badge there for his master rank level there. It appears Amir didn't only ruin Casper's lap, he also ruined a few others. Uh-oh. But 5 laps, Paris says. I wasn't watching it too much. He's in big trouble, isn't he? He's not going to keep anything after this one. He's going to be absolutely robbed of anything. Well, not robbed. Rightfully have it removed, more like. But, big yikes there. And now you can see the rain. Boo! I mean, yay. You know, turn 1 is normally carnage here, but in the rain, good luck, because it's difficult to slow down, of course, and it's the first corner, and you have a very long run down there, and your brakes are cold, and there's 20 frickin' people on the grid, half of which could well be angry after what happened in qualifying to their laps. So, if you ever wanted to know why there's a halo in Formula 1, you might be about to find out. By the way, rain at Monza's good. Shut your face. No, it's not. Have you even played this game? Have you ever had to commentate wet races? They're the worst thing known to mankind. Back on F1 2017? Oh, yes! Even in 2018? 2019? Boo. Get off my screen. I don't like this. So maybe we can get proven wrong here. Maybe we'll get a fantastic wet race, and Austin can stop bugging me on every stream I do with him. Every stream I do with him, I do one hub and ILR with him, and he just, my god, every time we talk about wet races, he says he loves wet races. I just don't see the appeal, and it seems a lot of other people like wet races. So It's time to see why, maybe. Anyway, helmet review. I mean, we might as well. Well, there's no point looking at tires, is there? Position change is going to be more interesting. Crap. Doesn't suit the car, really. I mean, you know what I'd love? I'd love a proper green car back in F1. I want that British Racing green back in. Hopefully, Lawrence Stroll can get that sorted, you know, for the Racing Point team. Get them well becoming Aston Martin. Louis, loving the helmet there. Works with that car quite well. Lakitu, Onyx, it's January. Sparks, it's January. Amir, Oh, Jonathan's got... That's alright for a Racing Point, actually. I mean, the Racing Point ones, they're the ones that are always disappointing, but this is alright. Is that just pure gold for Jacotex? Liam, Rafa, Will, ugly. Sorry, I had to say it. Nick, yeah, that's why gold doesn't work on a Racing Point. Midnight. I mean, it sort of works with the colours of the car, doesn't it? So, I mean, it's got to... What on earth's going on up here? What on earth is going on up here? We've just seen all sorts of chaos going on down here. Fascinating. Toby, that works better with this car, like it. Lee, Calzo, Lickle, you're not in the right car. Ash, well, why are the Ferraris a green helmet? I never understand it. Zenki, though, love it. Also, Zenki, is it not like a game mechanic? I thought it was going to crash there. Is there not a mechanic in the game that stops you falling this far behind? Seriously? Come on. Hurry yourself up, you're 18 seconds behind. I hope we're not having a glitch like last week where I had to watch Rafa's race through the chat because he parked it on the final corner on my screen. I'm hoping that Zenki's going to park it on the grid in a second here, but I'm kind of worried he's not. Stop stopping. Does this feel uneasy? Just get to the line. Right, he will start on the grid. Okay, so it's taken a while. He's just let everyone's brakes get nice and cold. The tyres are absolutely freezing. And what Zenki's going to do, he'll just sit at the back now after what he's done, and he's going to watch all the chaos unfold because it is Monza, it's raining, it's one of the longest runs down to turn 1, one of the slowest turn 1s of the calendar. Blizzard on pole, Casper in second, it's lights out here in Monza. Looks like a really good start from Casper. He'll have the inside line towards turn 1. Look out for Louis as well. Blizzard holds it for now on the inside. Look out for the Ferrari as Louis as well has a go. Someone's going to have to try something, but luckily it's not going to be a turn 1. They're all keeping it clean, shockingly enough. No one's had any real accidents so far, and Blizzard's had a great exit from turn 1. He will get away now. Louis now challenging on Casper. Should he have been more aggressive into turn 1, the Ferrari driver? We'll wait and see how committed Louis is into the second chicane. He's not particularly, which is good news. Everyone is now starting to get a bit feisty into the second chicane, where they're tried free wide. They're still trying free wide, some of them. That reminds me of GP3 in 2016 when all the ARTs killed each other. That was a good day. Oh, look at this. I think there's been an accident there with the Mercedes boys. One of them might have got damaged. I don't know if I saw something coming off or there's just a lot of sliding about going on, but there's plenty of side-by-side action on that one. Louis again getting close to the back of Casper, but there's going to be nothing into here. And in the clear air, Blizzard's going to have a really good chance to pull away now in the early stages. Remember, it should still be a one-stop, just enter to enter. Should be no real problems with that. Oh, that is wide for Amir. He's into the gravel trap, and he's lucky to keep that facing the right way around because it's so easy to spin off there, especially when the tyres are still cold like that. I think Ash Best has lost it. Has he lost it? Or has he just had a slide? I think he saved it. Amir, side by side to the final corner with Liam. He's had a horrendous start, hasn't he? Sparks as well funded him. There's been a lot of changing on this first lap, it must be said. Biggest loser, though, is Amir, so maybe he's already getting a bit of that karma for what happened on lap 1. But let's go back to Louis, who's on the inside, trying to make it Williams 1-2 in Monza. Down the inside, into turn 1. Here he goes on Casper. Bit of a contact there. Little taps, but he's ahead. Onyx as well has got off the track. He will not keep that place. Casper, is there anything on the exit? I don't think there is. I don't think he's going to get that position back, but Onyx having his issues. Has got Lakitu on the outside now. Through the Curva Grande. Is there any way through? He's going to just back it off. Doesn't want to do anything stupid in the early stages. These guys all just trying to keep it calm. Either that or he just can't race in the rain. There's also that small problem that we have on this game, that the rain is pretty hopeless for racing. But, You all like the rain, so I mean this is your fault really more than anyone else's. But look at that. In the lower gears, there's just so little traction. You can see Jacotex is on the opposite lock as he shifts down. Maybe that's, you know, because he's shifting down too early. But in the dry, that's not really much of an issue. But yeah, no one is doing anything stupid yet. Touch wood before someone launches on the inside here. There we go. Lee's gone for it. And now we're going to get some action. Toby and Lee, hopefully none of them lose it. They will stay side by side. But surely Calzo, was that a car off? It was. Zenki's out of the race straight away, slap 2. And it looks like Lickle's had an accident as well down there, but back up at the front, it looks like Lakitu and Jacotex are side by side. So we had our first casualty in the race at Ascari. I am expecting that quite a lot today. Down towards turn 1, side by side. Zenki has left the session. He's not going to sit back for the fires because these two are breaking super late into turn 1, but no one is going off the track. Luckily, I was worried they'd both go off, but we're staying clean. Better contact between the racing point there of Nick and the McLaren there, and looks like Lakiti's lost another place down to 7th. Calzo and Toby side by side too. Amir, Midnight, Sparks and Nick. Look how close all this group is. Down towards the second chicane. Who breaks latest? Looks like Midnight's having a go on the inside of Amir and tries to make that work. There could be contact on the exit, but they're keeping it nice and clean. A bit of wheel binding, but there's no harm done. Look at that behind there. The two Toro Rossos, Toby and Ash Best, all getting into each other there, but no one having any damage by the looks of it. Just a bit of argy-bargy. Nothing wrong with argy-bargy. And here comes Midnight. I mean, I would say these guys won't go for moves, but look at it. They're all thinking about it. They're all thinking about it into Ascari, and that's defensive stuff, but Midnight's gone straight on. And he's going to have a really compromised exit here. And that's going to help Will and Liam get right onto the back of all this. Down the inside, Will has a look on Midnight. That's close to contact, difficult on the apex of that corner to go side by side of that, but we got yellow flags again, and it's for Lickle, I think. It would make sense, or either that or he's just horrendously slow, which could be possible. He is of course a Monaco merchant. Don't tell him that though, he might get angry. Right, this is getting feisty again. Which one do I watch? Which of these fights do I watch? You know, I might be being proved slightly wrong by this whole you can't race in the rain thing. Maybe. I'm not fully convinced yet. It has only been 3 laps, but so far it's alright. Can I say that? It's alright. But here we go, side by side into the second chicane. Nick on the inside of Sparks. Sparks leaving the room and then having to go off track. No real harm done there. He was only trying to give the car room. I don't think there'll be anything done about that. But Amir takes his opportunity, goes down the inside into the first Lesmo and gets himself up into P10. Ash, Best and Lee, they're side by side now as well. Looks like they're trying to go for it again up there, are they? They are indeed. Looks like these guys are just not stopping for anything. Even into the most dangerous corner on the track. Here comes Will. Kamikaze down the inside into Ascari. Again, these guys can race relatively cleanly through here. As Liam looks for the exit. I think it's the second lap in a row he's just sort of been sat there thinking, did I go this year? Not go for it. Jacotex had a think about it on Onyx, who then goes deep in the braking zone. Jacotex tries to get on the par, slides about quite a bit, but should have the extra run down this main straight as Louis sets the fastest lap. He's not even half a second of his teammate. No DRS, of course, remember. So they have to do it nice and organically. Looks like there's more straight line speed for Onyx on that straight. And so he stays ahead, but look at them two Williams. They're getting very close to each other. And we've got some good side-by-side action. Sparks and Amir down towards turn 1. And on the inside, can Amir get it slowed down? He can indeed. We've got Will and we've got Nick as well fighting. Rafa and Lakitu fighting. Looks like it was a bad exit for Lakitu there. It seems like he got swarmed. But now look at this. Louis has seemingly been saving his tyres or something. He's certainly just found the extra gear. And is looking at now going past his teammate into the lead of the race. Looking for win number 6 of the season in 9 races as Lickle. What are you doing? Well, he's out of the race. Oh god. He's I guess he's cut turn 1 or he's given up or something. Maybe the LR. But anyway, Louis into the chicane. Ascari. See, the thing with this track is you get so much straight that you should be able to just slipstream past, but we'll see how much ERS gets used. We know these guys aren't a fan of overtaking, right? at the front. They just don't do it. For some reason, they're just scared of it. You know, it makes the best drivers look like scaredy cats, right? But I mean, this is my main flaw, though, in fairness, when I was league racing. I would go for the move straight away. Go for it. I'm going to win this race, and then inevitably I'd end up in the wall. But, yeah, these guys are just holding fire for now. Not like the midfield. The midfield are far from it. Look at this train. It's going all the way down. Ash Best, all within a cent of each other, although it's just falling back there. Lee Finley's just falling off there. But look at this. Nick almost off the track there, trying to find the room on the inside. He gets it. Goes down the inside of Will. Will has to avoid. Midnight tries to take advantage, but there's no room on the outside, surely, to get the move on Nick. Although, he may well get a nice run. Bit of a slide there from Nick as he gets on the power. Doesn't want to be too hasty with it, but here comes Midnight. Outside. Will not quite close to take any advantage. Amir and Lakitu going side by side. Bit of contact there as well. These guys just don't stop. Midnight on the inside. No way he's going to get that on the outside, is he? Look at them. They're wheel binding, they're side pod binding, they're touching everywhere. Look at Will, he's on the inside into Lesmo 1. He's got them both. Good driving there. And Midnight still side by side. Will not quite in the clear yet either. And these guys are absolutely going for it. It's brilliant to see. I can admit now that I'm wrong. This is fantastic. We've got this 6-car train, but we've also got Louis really harrying his teammate. Here he goes into the Parabolica. Outside line for Louis. He's going to probably go for the exit and then get his teammate that way with the over-under. Here he goes. Louis should get straight past his teammate. We've got a great fight brewing for second place as well. Or for third place, I should say. But let's see how the fight for first goes. Louis outside. Here he goes. Is there enough straight? I'm not sure. He would have to try and get it right on the outside. Does Blizzard fight it back? Do they brake too late? They are touching wheels. The two Williams boys collide, but Louis gets ahead. He forces his way past into the lead of the race. And here comes Sparks on the outside there of Lakitu. That's a very tiny move indeed. Lakitu will be a bit of touching on the exit. He'll still keep his nose in it. Liam and Will and Midnight, they've all had incidents there as well. These guys are going to make it a 7-car train at this rate. I think it might already be. Is it going to be 8 possibly soon? That might be what it'll end up being. Sparks and Lakitu side by side. Outside. Probably preferred overtaking line through here. And Lakitu tries to keep his nose in there. But surely to the Lesmo. Oh, he's been turned in on there by Sparks. That could have been an incident. No front wing damage, luckily, but that was a bit risky there. So how many cars in this? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Could be a potential of 8 if Toby would catch it, but it's currently 7. Right then, here we go again into Ascari. These guys have learned absolutely nothing, and I love it, because in towards Ascari, we'll see Will hold it on the inside. Midnight will try and get the better exit. And Ides of here, and Liam not quite harrying these guys as much as he was on pre. Oh, that was a proper slide. That was a great camera angle to watch it for Toby there. That might be why he's not catching up, although saying that, he has actually caught by about 8/10 since I last checked his time. So he will be on this soon. Blizzard's still on his teammate, not passing him as such, but he's certainly there. These guys though, these guys are just relentless. They're never going to stop, are they? Look at the train. And here we go, down the inside, Midnight again. He sort of backs it off a little bit, doesn't want to have anything like what happened on the last lap. As Blizzard gets a penalty in second place. Probably way too early to check the penalties. We'll do that later on, I think. Because I feel we might get a few. With the way this racing's going, we might end up with a lot, actually. But, yeah, we'll just hold off on checking that for now. Looks like Onyx is on the back of Casper now. Here he is. And the two Williams, has to be said, they are still pretty close as well, but I feel there's less chance of them going for it again. Although Blizzard may be a bit incentivised by that penalty, we'll wait and see. Yellow's in Sector 2, Liam has gone off. He has spun in, is that the second Lesmo? It is the second Lesmo. He's gone off there. He's fallen off the back of this fight. We've now got Ash Best. I wonder if them two had a collision because he's on Toby and he's going to be off into the gravel trap. Oh, that was a bit clumsy. He'll recover it, but that could have been off into the wall there before you knew it. As Toby then goes off the track as well. Probably in sympathy, really, for the contact. These guys starting to separate a little bit, but Midnight trying his best to try and get by. Blizzard close, but not close enough. He's not got much ERS, that's the issue for him there. Calzo on the back of Nick. Looking close in towards the first corner. He's got a great run there as Calzo. He'll get straight past. And Midnight, does he fancy it on Will? No, he doesn't. And so, at the start of lap 9, finally things are beginning to calm down. It's been quite the start to this race, I must say. Obviously, you know, you heard me saying I don't really rate wet races, but fine, I'll admit it. That has been a great start. It has, honest. But the rest will be a bore fest now, I promise you. Yeah. Ignore this big fight for second place. It could or could not happen as Toby gets a 5-second penalty for corner cutting. Good job there. Which one did he cut? Did he cut the first Lesmo? He might get that removed, actually, thinking about it. That didn't seem like a very fair penalty. As Paris, he's seen enough. He knows what's good for him as well. As Rafa has gone up again at the Ascari chicane. He did this in qualifying, and this time it is the end of his race. And it looks like Onyx is on the back, trying to have a go as Louis sets the fastest lap, pulling away from his teammate. Nearly a second clear now. Onyx, though, is looking on the back of Casper. He wants to displace the Ferrari driver and get that last place on the podium. Isn't going to do it on this lap. Or did Toby cut the second chicane? That is also a good suggestion. You know what? I was giving the guy the benefit of the doubt, but that does seem more like a Lambo line, yeah. Right, Nick, he's not going to do his heroics. Oh, he is going to do his heroics! He's on the grass! Oh, he gave it a go. And I thought he wasn't going to go for that like he did before, but he did. Didn't quite work out as well this time, but fair play for trying. Here's Midnight on Will. He's going to just stream around the outside there. Will knows what's good for him. He just sort of sits back, says, okay, fine, yeah, you do that, whatever. I'll just get you later on. It's fine. Oh, he's going to spin, is he? That's an interesting line through there. He's taking sort of like a karting line through there. He's just proper drifting it round. Yeah, fair enough. Looks like these guys are losing a lot of grip on the tyres. It does seem like these guys might need a pit stop sooner rather than later. And look at that for Toby. He's absolutely all over the show. And he's not the only one. These guys are really starting to struggle a bit. And let's just see how these guys are getting on the midfield. These guys seem a bit closer. The fight for lead is a bit closer as well. But again... Oh, Lakitu's gone. Safety car. Right, pit stop time, I reckon, if you're a Ferrari, because the two Williams have gone past the pit lane. So this is bad. So the safety car's out. I think it's worth the double stack, honestly. Everyone needs to be in the pits for this, because this gets your pit stop out of the way straight away. So I'm expecting the entire field into the pits here. And Williams have lost out massively. They're going to have to sit back here under Delta, and then to make it worse, they're going to have to stack. So this is absolutely thrown this race into a bit of chaos. So Casper could be inheriting the race victory here as a result of this. It's early to say. That's why I'm not getting massively overexcited. Do these guys have to go to the Delta as well? They do. That might help Williams, but certainly Blizzard might lose second place. Well, we'll see. We'll see when the Delta gets lifted. Because Casper and the likes, they will get to floor it down the main straight. Or are they already getting the go-ahead? Oh, they've already got the go-ahead, I think. They've passed the safety car, okay. So they've got the go-ahead. As have these guys. They've all got the go-ahead. Right then. Or have they? No, they haven't. None of them have. So what these guys will do, Casper and the likes, they will get to floor it down the main straight when they get to the line. Will that be enough to get by the Williams boys? That's what we need to see, because their pit lane is right. Their pit stop is going to be right at the end of the pit lane. What these guys should know, though, is that the Delta, as far as I'm aware, doesn't matter when you're into the pit lane. So honestly, I think Louis can floor this here. But what does Blizzard do? I guess he's got no choice, does he? He's just going to have to sit back and watch. But these guys have got a lot slower in the pit lane than they could have. I think you could floor it in there. Under safety car. Well, metaphorically you can floor it now. Of course you have to brake and slow down there, but they could have taken a bit more speed, because as long as you're in the pits, the Delta will sort itself out. But this is where we need to see how many cars will get past the Williams. Casper, let's see. Has Louis got to his box yet? He has. He will exit the pit lane. He should be alright. He should. Because Casper's still under Delta. Blizzard, maybe not. I think Casper might get Blizzard. Yes, he does. Does Onyx? Yes, he does. Jacotex doesn't. So actually, Blizzard's only lost a couple of places and Louis has kept his lead. Still, not the best case scenario for Williams, it has to be said. They're now going from a 1-2 to a 1-4, and the whole field has been bunched right up together again, thanks to Lakitu's accident. And who says you don't get safety cars in this game? And who says you get bad wet races on this game? Oh, imagine being that guy, huh? But yeah, Liam will get a chance to catch up as well after his misadventures earlier on in Lesmo 2. I always get tempted to say that other word. I might say it. I mean, it's not that I'll get in trouble. I mean, I've said it before many times, many streams. I mean, it's just a word, you know. It's Top Gear. I'm sure you all know the reference, like. You all know what I'm going to say when it comes to Lesmos and what they're called. Anyway, we'll say it on the last lap, sure. Whatever. Let's not break the immersion of the race. Mark there saying in the chat that he remembers a pre-season PSGL race where there was carnage after a safety car here. Well, this is different. This is the official thing. This is the top class PS4 tier, one of the fastest in the world. It is, honest. You know, one of the best in the world. You know, I'm sure these guys know better, right? They know better. We've got a few people joining back in. That's probably a good time to share the link out again, people, if you fancy it. Get people to join in. You've got probably another lap with safety car. So, yeah, do share it all out, you know. It always helps us out. Makes us more popular. Yeah. It does. Honest. I might even tag at Formula 1 game in there as well. Ooh! They'll love that. You know, some people say I'm desperate. They're right. I want as many views as possible. I want us to be popular. Oh dear. Now whose front wing's that? Whose front wing's that? We're going to have to try and figure this out now. Who's missing a front wing? Jonathan's missing a front wing then. Was there damage there to anyone else? I thought I saw blue. Well, I guess that was blue, wasn't it? These guys always manage it. And of course I've had to go and say that, yeah, we're good at this. Honest. But no, there's been an accident. So that's a 5-second penalty as well for good measure. So Jonathan's race is over. He's done. See you later. Expect more of that. Oh, he's done it again, has he? Now, for God's sake. Jonathan, stop it, lad. You've gotten yourself in trouble right now. You've got loads of penalties. You just crashed twice. You're going to have to break your front wing and pit as a result of all this now. Don't do it again! I mean, don't do it again. Oh, I didn't mention there's no safety car. I didn't mention there was a safety car though. Should have done that. Right, we're doing the tweet again. I don't care, we're doing the tweet again. I'll just retweet it and say, by the way, safety car's out. Or at least it was. This has to be a proper quick one, this. Safety car restart. Inbound. That's a great, in capital letters, with that wee alarm signal. No, I can't do that. I've not got enough time. Right, look up at any collisions in here. I'm sure these guys don't want to do that, but just in case, let's get ready to go again. When does Louis go? Don't think we've got anyone crashing into each other. Hopefully. But this could be an absolute mess into turn 1. Because Louis, honestly, doesn't look like he's had the best launch. I know it looks like Onyx has honestly had the best launch, but still, it's a good chance for Casper. Here he goes into turn 1. Is he going to fancy a look? Onyx is going to fancy a look. Jonathan's into the pits, I think. Oh, has he crashed? Oh, what's happening here? Oh, he's just fallen back through the field. I mean, okay. Fair enough, that's not really going to help his case much, is it? It's just going to make his race all the worse. But Onyx got the move done on Casper, up into 2nd place. That wasn't more carnage, that was more confusion. Can we say that? It's confusion. Was there a tap there? There's a few cars going off still, but there's no major accidents or anything happening. I'm more interested in Ascari, you know, Ascari. See other people joining the stream now. Yeah, safety cars are a thing. You can see how close the grid is. Codemasters, they've done it. And it's also raining, which I don't like, but I also now like because it's good. That's grammar for you people. Right, Amir on the back of his teammate. Casper will be disappointed though with this restart because, I mean, there was no slipstream or anything for Louis. That was a good chance there, but he didn't take it. Onyx took it though. Anyone having any mistakes for Ascari? No, everyone's okay through there. I mean, a few close drivers. It looks like Toby fancies a look on the outside, who actually Lee goes a bit deep into there. That could be a nice chance on Toby's exit. But let's go up back into the front, see how Blizzard's getting on, because he is going to want to get into the back of the second as quickly as possible. Because Casper, of course, is, you know, trying to fight him in the championship, isn't he? Let's see what Casper. Oh, that's on the inside. Nearly. Jagetex nearly went for that on Blizzard. I think he had to cut the corner to avoid it, but he fancied it there. And Jonathan has retired. I think he's gone in the pit lane. Has he? Trying to get we'll get an angle looking back, won't we? I don't see him. I think he's went to the pit lane. But look at this side by side. That's nearly a collision between Nick and Toby. I mean, that was sliding about. I mean, I could so easily have just been sent cars off the track there, but luckily they didn't come to blows. On the exit, Nick fancies a look but decides not to go for it. Louis is checked out so far. And remember, these guys do not have to pit again. This is pretty much, I mean, you can call it practically a 25% race at this point, isn't it, really? It's effectively what we've got here. Except without any pit stops, this is nice. Look at all the sliding going on through there. It's such a nice shot. I wish we could just sit on this angle all day, but we can't because the game doesn't let us. We can keep cutting back to it, but we can never just stay on there. But everyone's got free Ascari again. Let me just check penalties. I've probably seen it on the steering safety car, but I'm doing it now anyway. Top three all have no penalties. Blizzard has one. That's going to hurt him. As Louis hits the fastest lap. Midnight has a look on the inside. Nearly off the track, but on the inside regardless. Down the inside he goes of Sparks. Looks like Amir's about to DC. I think he already has there. Maybe let's see his name hit leave the lobby. We'll see. Look at that wheel bind on the exit. That is Nick De Vries and Charles Leclerc all over again. That, if anyone remembers that from F2. I mean, this is a slightly better result at the moment, but same sort of thing. But that's so close to contact with it. But Sparks just about stays ahead. Oh, that holds him up a bit, you see. Will fancied it on the inside of Les. I'm not going to say it this out now. I'll say it at some point, but I really want to say it. Is it sad that I want to say it? Probably. Especially if anyone knows my history with them. Oh, right. Here comes Midnight. Looking on the inside. Again. Oh, he's so close, and that's how angle it's more likely to have a contact, you see. And I think Blizzard has the good exit he wanted. He's got to get by and make a gap, as Will loses a few positions. I think he's lost it on the exit of a Sky, but he's kept it going. Blizzard hasn't quite got ahead. What happened to Will? Did he just slide? He's got his teammate nearly hitting him. Oh, there's been an accident up ahead, and I think everyone got through. I think it was Lee who hit Ash best run, and then Toby and Will got through, I think. I'm not sure if Will tapped him or not. It's hard to get a good angle, but still, Toby's passing him. There's no front wing damage, but the two Renaults are going side by side. Look up ahead if you can to see where Blizzard is, because he's got Jagetex and Casper. These guys are all fighting it out for P3. And round the outside, Jagetex wants to have a go, but look at that. Blizzard is so close, he could so easily have wiped them out. Casper is like really struggling, and there goes Jagetex on the inside having contact, and they've hit wheels a few times in this race. And look at Blizzard, look at Amir, he's got a fantastic view of this. Blizzard on the inside of Jagetex, little bit of a tap on the way through, but he's back at the P4. We're back where we were when we started. Whew. That could have been a biggie, that one, but they keep it going. As we've seen all through the race, apart from at the Parabolica, that's the first time we've probably seen people coming together there. Pokemon theme play. Oh dear. That's bad. Mark, stop being funny. I've got to keep my professionalism as I try not saying funny words. Right, here we go again then. Top two seem pretty well checked out as Nick loses the position there to Liam. Shockingly, we've only actually had 5 retirements in this one. I know I'm like, touch wood and all that, and it's all going to go completely sideways in a second. But at this point, that's quite impressive, as both of them two go a bit wide there, Casper and Blizzard taps the back. I mean, which one of these guys wants it, really? Any of them could have it, as Jacotex again looks, but so does Blizzard this time. Jacotex isn't going to get ahead of Blizzard before the chicane, but I have a feeling these guys will probably be free wide anyway. Oh no! Blizzard! Oh, that was well anticipated there from Jacotex. From my point of view, I thought that was destined to be straight into the back, which I would have been straight into the back. Let's just say that much. I wouldn't have been aware enough to see that happening. Luckily, Jacotex was, but he so nearly clattered into the back of Blizzard there, he backed off. Decided to hold off for a little bit. Sorry, I probably excited a lot of people there, if anyone was distracted. Well, you've woken up now, haven't you? Didn't mean to, sorry. Sorry if you were asleep, but you're awake now. Quite why you would be asleep, I don't really know, but yeah. And looks like Lee on the inside of a Sky, I thought had a little look, but he decides not to go for it. Toby gets a penalty, not really relevant, no offence, Jim. And when you compare it to this behemoth of a fight for 3rd place. Blue skies start to emerge. As far as I'm aware, it's meant to be dry wet the whole race, so I don't think the rain's actually going to stop. But if it does, great! More the merrier, you know. But here comes Blizzard again. He hasn't got to worry about Jacotex as much this time, but he does tap the back of Casper. Oh, he's been hit! Jacotex has gone into him. He resets in a really dangerous position there. Luckily, he's ghosted, but that was a really clumsy move there from Jacotex. He just went way too late on the brakes. Not the first time he's done that. As he sits ghosted in the middle of Calzo there. That time I was right to have a bit of a reaction to that. And as he goes back up the inside, he's going to have a second incident, is he? And only, yeah, nearly. that's why I reviewed the events there. Hope you enjoyed that. Well, no, that's not illegal because it goes to the car resetting the track. So I mean, it's okay. It's okay to do that. It saves you from losing more time. I don't see anything wrong with that. Has the rain stopped, or is it just really light? It's just really light. I think they're actually going under the bridge. I think I'm seeing the blue sky and now seeing things, you know. It's not stopping raining. I don't think it's meant to stop raining. I think. I could be wrong. Wouldn't surprise me if I was wrong. Yellows. Can't see him, but I think it's at the start or just off screen anyway. Thank God for ghosting. Toby was nearly T-boned there by Nick, but yeah, he's got no front wing anyway, so doesn't really matter for him in his sad situation. As down the inside, I think did them two come together as Blizzard and Casper go for it again? Casper, oh, he's got a penalty. This means these guys are fighting on equal ground now. Casper's got to get back past. I think Toby's gone again. Possibly. Lost a big chunk of time. He's out of the race. But Casper now, he's going to have to fight this properly. No messing about now. These guys are on equal terms and penalties. As Nick as well retires. We've just lost 2 cars in one go. Oh, no. That makes me sad, you know. Because that means we've got less chance of these big fights, you know. How are we going with these fights, by the way? Anyone fancy anything? Yellows, this could be up the top. Maybe I'm being a bit opportunistic there. Or optimistic, not opportunistic. Optimistic, that's the word. Can't get me words like, Blizzard got another penalty. Hey! How many have the rest got, though? Do you know what? I said I would, you know, right, I'm not going to check this to the end. I know I said I'd do that earlier and I checked anyway, but checked your phone under safety car. Flip. I'm not trying to be mean here, Jonathan, right? But have you ever watched the league race? People always crash on the safety car. Arguably, the safety car is the most dangerous part of the race. Like, Honestly, it is. That should be a second on its own. Hey kids, don't check your phone under safety car. You will crash! So, well, Jonathan's taught us the lesson. Fastest lap, I think that's Louis, I think it is. He's on for another 17 pointer, second in a row, after not having a single one all season. I mean, I know I'm moaning about you doing that, Jonathan, but that's exactly what I would do under a safety car as well. Just a little peek. I wonder what's going on in the chat there. Ah, frick! You know? It happens. Midnight. He seems closest to thinking of an overtake at the moment. He's on the back of Sparks. I mean, really, do we really care about Louis' championship lead? I'm more interested in Casper versus Blizzard. Because what's the points? How does that go again? I forget what the points do on this league. I know I'm meant to know. Let me try and remember. I will remember this. You get 16 for a win, then 12 for second place, and 10 for third. Frick, then what is it? Is it 8, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1, yeah? Something like that? I'll check penalties on the last couple of laps, because I don't think there's much of a point checking it right now, in case something happens and I miss it. Because there's a lot that could still happen. Yes, I was right on the points, thank God for that. So at the minute, Blizzard will end up by... Oh, there's a bit of contact, it's a broken front wing. Oh, look at them two as well. Jacotex cannot get that thing slowed down into one, can he? And he's just incapable of it. But Cal's is going to be slow, Jake's going to get back by, so is Will. And Will might fancy getting 2 for 1 here. Jake's goes defensive, which is actually not the way you want to go, as Sparks and Midnight have a bit of contact, but Midnight looks to be getting by. Was it a legal move? He's got a penalty, he's letting him back free by the looks of it, and he's been pushed a bit onto the grass. That could have easily been off the track. But these guys are starting to get a bit fighty again, a bit feisty. But yeah, at the minute, I think Blizzard will be finishing behind Casper, and that gap's 9 points. So it'll be interesting to see how that gap develops over the season. Don't know how close Williams are to the Constructors' Championship. Maybe thinking about that maybe in the next 2 rounds rather than this one. But that's something to point out as well. I mean, it looks quite close to the back of Casper, though. I mean, if he keeps losing like this, Casper, he will fall outside 3 seconds. Yes, man. What about Sparks? Louis, fastest lap again, just in case you need a reminding that he's the quickest driver out there. I'm sure he just does it to show off, honestly. But, you know, let me just remind you all, the second he gets put into a slightly quicker grid, he collapses. He got dropped by LRT for the PSGL Limited Cup. And I know I shouldn't laugh at a driver's misfortune, but having watched him dominate this whole season, watching him have it go wrong for once, I like the guy, honestly, but watching it go wrong for once, lovely. Oh, into the wall goes Calzo. Front wing gone, now on the right hand side. That'll be him out of the points when he inevitably has to pit for that. As Midnight tries again on Sparks. Oh, that could be spinning off, and it is. Is he going to hit the wall? He has hit the wall. And Sparks there, coming together with Midnight. What will the stewards think about that one? I don't know why I always ask about the stewards. Like, I don't even know how many of these incidents they look at, but I'm sure they'll look at that one. Right? They will look at that one. Well, yeah, rewatch France, but rewatch the PSGL Limited Cup after this. If you missed it, that's where that's where you watch him get absolutely ruined. Once again, I don't want to be mean to the guy, but it's just nice to see him lose for once. And like I say, if anyone hasn't watched that, the PSGL Limited Cup did it last Wednesday, the first 2 rounds in Baku and Bahrain. Let me just tell you that Bahrain was the best race I've commentated on for this game. It was an absolute thriller from start to finish. If you've missed it, watch it, because the second set of races, the last 2 races of the 4-round championship, will be on Wednesday on this PSGL channel at 8 PM. Half 8, I think. So don't miss it, and if you missed it last week, rewatch it and get yourself prepared. Honestly, you'll love it. But anyway, back to this. Jacotex, as usual, can't get that thing so down to turn 1. Quite how he's still got his full front wing, I don't know. I think it's pretty much, like, it's a miracle. Shut up, Connor. No one rewatched Monaco. Monaco, I hate it. You know when it was the best race of the season and best race of the season and no one saw any of it. Mean. Louis, he's not going to crash, is he? Ah, you know what I mean, JP? Oh, that's a good point about Amir's penalties. I don't want to check the late stages, but I don't think he has a penalty either. He is on for a podium. That is a good point. Has the rain stopped? The rain has stopped. Right then. This is where everyone kills each other, kills themselves, and yeah. So this is pretty much the role reversal then to what happened in Hungary, wasn't it? Because it rained in the last few laps of Hungary, and here's stopped raining in the last few laps of Italy. This will make the chicanes a bit more difficult, I would have thought, for the last 3 laps. They're short laps, but when you're slippy slidey all over the damn place, could get a little bit difficult. Why is everyone leaving? You're leaving now? You're leaving now? Look at me. Idiots. Look how little ERS Jacotex has. He's no wonder he's having to go super late on the brakes. That's all he can do. But that was a bit dodgy, but he's got away with it. Oh, that is so tight, but just about enough space left by Sparks. Good racing. And Mark makes a good point there. Will DRS get activated on the final lap? From my experience on this track, when it dries up, it takes a long time, so I'm not too sure actually if we'll get to DRS. These guys aren't willing to wait and find out. There goes Will on the inside into Ascari, a wet, sort of less, no real moisture comes down here anymore. It makes it more difficult to get through, but they're dealing with it quite well. And Will, side by side on the exit, should get this one into the Parabolica. That could be contact though on the inside if JXX isn't careful, which he is, luckily. Lap 26, 2 to go. And you can see there's still quite a lot of spray. As I say, it does seem like it takes quite a while for this thing to dry up. So, yeah, should be all good. Gotta feel sorry for Ash Best, haven't you? He's sitting down at the back. As Will gets a 5-second penalty for corner cutting the first turn. Nice one. The only guy currently still running who's not going to get a point, although at this rate he may have a chance. Obviously these two did come together. Is there still front wing damage? It's a bit of a high angle, but it doesn't look like he's got a front left end plate there, Lee. I don't think he has one, so yeah, Ash Best may also get a point for the Scuderia, while Casper should keep 4th. I think it'll just be Blizzard and Sparks to swap around as Louis gets a penalty. Onyx is too far behind to make anything of it anyway. I believe he's got no penalties. No, he has got a penalty actually. Okay, fair enough. Blizzard still has the 2. Casper, has he got the 1? Yes, he has the 1 still. And Amir, 1 warning away from a penalty, so we'll see if anything happens there. But we are on to the final lap. Louis now setting fastest laps again, which you may expect really with the way the track conditions are. But listen, it's my last chance. I'm going to have to start saying the naughty words now. Listen, I'll get away with it, right? It's not like it's even that bad. It's just a Top Gear reference. I mean, who doesn't have a good Top Gear reference? You know what I mean? Right? Right? Connor, I'm allowed to do this, okay? I did it in ILR once. Paul McGinnis found it very funny. He found it very funny. But anyway, Louis, I apologise, okay? I do apologise. But through Lesbian 1, Louis, on the final lap, will he go for another fastest lap, I wonder? We'll see how he takes Lesbian 2. So, alright, I had to do it. It's a tradition for me. Which is quite ironic when you think about my history of lesbians. Anyway, I'm going to stop before people start asking questions, because they probably already are asking questions. And Louis is going for another fastest lap. You do know he's pretty good at this track, isn't he? But wouldn't it be so funny if he lost it here? He's just taking a slightly wider line, just making sure he's all safe. This is still kind of treacherous, this So they've got to be all careful to get through, but they are taking it nice and easy. They're not looking to have any accidents. These two still fighting away, but Louis, right in the final corner. Here he comes to the line. Louis wins again for the 6th time this season, and another fast lap to boot. His second 17-pointer of the season. Look at this, Ashbest tries it. They're both off the track in the Ascari chicane, and on the exit, here comes Ashbest. Oh, Ferrari want that last point. Amir gets that podium, but look at that on the grass. He has a look there, Ashbest. Oh, there's no way through, but the front wing damage for Lee might just help Ashbest, but there's no way through. Oh, close. Close. Is there any penalties? Does he get it? No. Oh, dear. I mean, I think it was Lee that crashed into Ash earlier, so there may still be some repercussions for that. So he may still get a point, but, yeah. Well, at least it's not Williams 1-2, right? They're not 1-2. Yeah. And I wonder if Amir will even keep that podium, by the way. We could still see a Scuderia Ferrari on there. I mean, his qualifying antics were a bit questionable. It's like, at least he's there at the moment. Yes, Tom. Listen, it was an accidental thing, right? I didn't mean to. I'm just happy I never spoke to her, right? Mind you, could still do that just for the lols. But, yeah. Joys to being me, huh? You're lucky I've got commentary, otherwise I'll be super depressed and sad. Right, speaking of which... McMahon Awards. Right, that's no relation. Well, it is a little bit of relation if you really know. But right, well, Toby's won that. We already knew that from the outset. Let's just confirm the order. Louis wins them from Onyx, Amir, Casper, Blizzard, Sparks, Liam, Will, Jacotex, and Lee. Things could change with penalties post race. Maybe we'll wait and see. Outside the top 10, your last finisher, Ash Best, and all the retirements: Kelsey, Midnight, Nick, Toby, Jonathan, Lakichi, Rafa, Lickle, and Zenki. Hell of a race, I must say. What a race that was. I'm converted. See? Conversions can happen, Tom. That was a fantastic race. I like wet races again. It's fine. Happy. Woo! Do you know, McMahon, that is a good idea. We should request points. Connor, if you're still there, can we request points for the McMahon Award winner? I don't think we'll get away with that, but I mean, listen, we've got to get your name out there at some point, Alfie. We've got to make your legacy known. Right. Yeah. Should I talk to the podium sitters? Do I even remember who's on the podium? I may have forgotten already who's on the podium. Slight problem, huh? Right. Let me see if I can talk to them. Just for the lols, you know? If I can, I'll try. Because I'd actually quite like to talk to Lou about what's happening on Wednesday, you know? Lost everything in the lobby. What's going on here? Right, let me just find everyone's thingy with Bob. Oh, it's not a it's not a vacuum it's not a vacuum cleaner. That's the Ferrari F14T. Is that what it was called? That thing? I'm gonna call it that thing, right? I think I've got the right ILRT Louis account. We'll bully him about Wednesday and talk to you about the next Wednesday. Who is second? Onyx. Okay, well, I can talk to Onyx. I'm not really going to have much to say to these people, but I know some people like to go on about podium interviews, and if they come in and say hello, then we'll talk to them, sure. Sure, we'll have a wee chat. But don't expect anything, right? Because I do these so sporadically and so rarely, it's hard to tell, really. If anyone's even aware I'm doing them. I'm pretty sure even Connor doesn't really think I'm doing them, but we'll give them a minute, see if they want to join. If they do, joy of joys. If they don't, we can talk about my sad life a little bit more. But yay. Right then, what do we ask these people? See, this is the thing. You'd think I'd prepare questions before this type of thing, but... Like I say, I'll give them a minute. We'll get them 2 minutes. Anyway, for championship standings, I think that means that Louis would be 39 points clear. Of course, maximum you get in a race is 17, so he's now got over 2 races advantage, which means theoretically he could win the title in 2 races. I mean, with the way he's going, he's probably going to. I've got to ask though, Tom, actually, if you're still here, why did you find that so funny? What's so funny about that? You used to feel sorry. It's a very sad, awkward situation I find myself in, you know. So don't laugh about it. I feel very sad about it. Cried about it once. Not the proudest moment. Right. Okay, well, I might end up crying about this as well. No one wants to talk to us. Ah, well, right, you know what? I know I said I'd give them 2 minutes, but I want to go to bed. I know it's only 9:15 UK time, but I'm tired. I want to go to sleep. The flippin' vacuum cleaner. Safe travels.